Hi, my name is Laura Mehl.
And I'm Nadia Rashawn.
And this is To My Younger Artist,
a podcast where we, as performing artists and teachers, talk about what we wish we would have known when we were younger artists.
You can find us on Instagram and YouTube at To My Younger Artist Pod.
And we can't wait to share this with you.
Hi, welcome back to My Younger Artist. My name is Laura Renee Mehl.
And I'm Nadia Rashawn. And we are so glad that you are here. Laura, it's been a minute since we recorded an episode together.
We were both sick with the plague.
Yes.
Not literally, but like...
What's that coming? Oh, I can't sing that song on this podcast. The Black Death. Black Death. Something rotten.
Yes. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we were both like on our, I won't say our deathbeds, but...
It was bad.
It was bad.
I have a get well soon balloon behind me from one of my kids.
I have a get well soon, like little sign that my niece made. It's on my door, like on the other side of my bedroom door.
See,
and oddly enough,
bad.
it's from, oddly enough, that's like, it's just standing because they know that I'm always unwell. Like, Dia's head always hurts or something's always wrong with her. So it just stays there.
It's a standing get well card.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
That's amazing. That's really cute.
How was your vacay? Oh, we got like
so good.
When she got back from near death, she went and spent some time with Mickey Mouse.
Mm-hmm. Immediately went to Disney, which was really, really fun. Because yes, for like so many different reasons. Ate a lot of really good food. Got to see a giraffe from like 10 feet away. Yeah. Rode a bunch of rides. Acted like a small child. It's great. There is, side note, this is not a plug. Yes. But there's a new Moana exhibit. And the Moana exhibit, you can play with water, which I think is actually one of the coolest things ever because you can like make it go higher, make it go lower. You can make it shoot. Like you can throw your arms and it'll shoot it in the water, like shoot the water out. It's really cool. It's maybe one of the coolest things like I've ever seen at a like theme park just existing in general. And it was like talking about the water cycle and how it works and how we can help take care of the planet. And I was like, this is the best thing.
Did you go to... This is the best thing. Did you go to the Princess Ciano?
No, we didn't have time. I know.
It looks really cool. The animatronics kind of freak me out, but I want to go.
Yeah, the wait on the ride was like...
Oh, I'm sure.
Well over an hour every single time, and we couldn't get a fast pass. And I was like, okay, this is not happening. I know.
It sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it looks happy.
Yeah, good.
Anyway, Nadia, do you want to tell us what we're talking about today?
Okay, today we are talking about what happens after you book. Like you've gotten the offer and you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I've worked so hard. Great, now what? Because this contract doesn't start for 6 months.
Yeah, or 3 months. It starts in 24 hours.
Or it starts in 2 days. Yeah, well, hey, I have been on... on the end of both of those.
It's crazy.
And yeah, so let's get started.
Can I talk a little bit about the term / certain things that people should know?
Of course.
Okay, so this is like kind of how our term of the week is going to work, which is multiple layers. So layer 1 would be an offer letter. Right? So that's, well, sometimes you get an email that's like, hey, we would like you for this. And then it's like, okay, great. What does that look like? Then you get an offer letter. And the offer letter usually like breaks down like, these are the dates. This is the expectation. This is the role. This is the things that we'll give you. Just like kind of an outline of what you're expected. The important thing, I think, to like notice is that there's a difference between a contract and an offer letter. They're not the same thing.
They're not.
And just because you have an offer letter does not mean that you're going to do the job. Because if you get one, don't just jump on social media and be like, I have this job. No. Finish that, then get a contract. Yeah. Then sign the contract. And then personally, I wait until the first day of rehearsal before I start posting stuff, unless I know it's going to happen.
Well, it's like the standard. I usually wait until rehearsals have started or until the theater has posted, because sometimes theaters post beforehand.
Yeah.
Like
if the theater posts,
they posted before we got to there and started rehearsals.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if you're leaving for a tour, don't post anything until you are not even like your first day of rehearsal, because sometimes they're like really weird about it.
Yeah.
I know on Hairspray, I had to wait a couple of days to post.
And you could always ask, by the way, the production manager. Like,
you should
when
always
you can post.
ask.
Yeah. It's important. So the thing that you're going to have in the contract is that in the contract, it's going to have even more details of like what is expected. Often, if it's an equity job, it will be an actor's equity contract specifically, which is like super detailed and looks completely different than like every other contract you'll get.
It looks spooky.
Yeah, it's very scary.
There's so many words.
Very legal.
So protected.
But basically, we want to wait until we get our contract and make sure that you agree with everything that's on that page, right? Because you could get an offer and be interested and be like, I really want to do this. But then in the contract, it says, oh, surprise, we didn't say in the offer letter, you're going to have to be on a bus tour and there are no, we're not staying in a hotel at all. The entire contract, which I have received before, which is crazy. To me, some people can do that. I can't live on a bus. I can't do it. I get sick. So the important thing to always like clarify and pay attention to is, one is like an offer. We can call it that. The next is an offer letter, which breaks it down. And then the next is a contract, which has all of the details and all of the things that you're agreeing to and all the things that they're agreeing to. And you want to make sure that you're paying attention to which step in the process you're at, because things are still flexible and can change until rehearsal starts.
Yeah. You may also get what's called an availability check or an avail, which will typically come before the offer. Like say you auditioned for a show like 8 months ago and you didn't hear back or you got a no at first, they can email you and say, hey, are you still available for these dates? And you can say yes. It doesn't mean that you're going to get the offer.
Right.
They might want to call you back in for another round of auditions, but sometimes they will actually like, you'll say yes, and then they'll send you an offer.
Yep.
That's really cool.
And sometimes you'll get that like a lot with like TV film. You'll get like a hold or an availability check, which is like, hey, this is probably a thing, but also like, maybe not yet, but also don't schedule anything.
Lots of stuff for commercials too, which is so frustrating because then you like, commercial turnarounds are so quick. So they'll have you like holding some days and then they'll release you and you're like, I turned down other things.
Wait, what was that? What was that?
Okay.
Incredible. Anyway, now that I pulled you off of your entire, outline. First off, you said you get your affairs in order. So go for that.
Okay. Yeah. So you got your offer. You accepted the offer. Now you need to get your affairs in order. Now, let me also kind of rewind a little bit. Like Laura said, you may not have gotten a contract yet. Sometimes you won't get a contract until you get there, which is crazy.
Yep.
And honestly, like, I've signed contracts on DocuSign from my bedroom. I've signed contracts in a hotel room. I have signed contracts fully being moved into the company's actor house, sitting at their desk. And it's like, y'all couldn't send me this earlier. It sketches me out because like nothing's set in stone until you sign the contract. But then the theaters aren't giving you the contracts until you get there. They're like, happy first day of school. Here you go. Sign your life away.
Not actually.
not actually, no. So that was just a little like thing. Now you've gotten the offer. the first thing that I have on here is negotiations. There is always room. There's always a little room. Even if you're not asking for like extra money, you could be asking for like, say you want to ship your items and you're on a non-equity contract and they're flying you out, but they're not paying for your luggage. You can negotiate having your luggage paid for or having your shipping paid for, because I prefer to like ship things, especially when I acquire things. What other things you can negotiate? On tour, you can negotiate your own bus seat. Housing. If you like don't want to share a room, you can negotiate that. And obviously you can like negotiate like higher pay. And some companies, some producers are going to be like nicer and more willing to like comply with your negotiation asks. Like on Hairspray, not on Hairspray. Well, yes, Hairspray and Mormon. I was working within the same production company for both tours, and I would have received a pretty significant pay raise if I stayed on Hairspray for an extra year. But I was moving to a different company. I was moving to the Book of Mormon company, and I would have taken a pay cut, but I was able to keep my initial pay on Hairspray because they were like, well, we're not going to pay you more, but you can keep what you have, which is great because it didn't make any sense for me to take a pay cut when I could just stay on the initial tour. So negotiations, never be afraid to ask. The worst they can say is no.
Yep.
And if they rescind an offer because you asked for something, then you didn't want to work with that company anyway.
Exactly. No. Be cognizant of how you phrase stuff. Obviously.
Oh, for sure.
But like, if you're being polite and you're just asking a question, there's no reason that should be an issue.
Number 2 is muggle job notices. Now, if you're like, what's a muggle job? A muggle job is just your survival job.
Yes.
It's your regular day-to-day. For a lot of us, it's nannying or baristaing. Or
waiting
retail.
Tables.
Yes, waiting tables. Working at Trader Joe's. On 96th. I'm just kidding. Yes. But you want to give your job notice. Now, if you are based in New York, a lot of these companies are used to having actors going in and out, especially like nannying companies, where they like hire out nannies to different families, like, or if you are just like with one family that you babysit for, like let them know way ahead of time. So I mean, your initial, like, no, not initial, like your normal notice for leaving a job is typically 6 weeks. Laura's making the most insane face. 2 weeks.
2 weeks notice.
Wait, really?
Is what's legally required. Yeah.
It's
required.
crazy.
It's considered polite. Yeah.
Okay.
6 is awesome. That's really
6
kind
is
of you.
insane. I've
Almost
always
no
been
one
told
does
6,
that.
but also sometimes you don't even have 6 weeks.
Yep.
Which like puts you in like a pretty rough situation. But either way, just let your muggle job know that you are leaving. That should be one of the first things that you do. Don't just up and quit your job if you have like the contract doesn't start for 3 months.
Yep.
But say, hey, I'm leaving for a contract on March 1st. It's January 20th. This is my notice.
And also, obviously, like take into account how your job handles things. So if you know that if you say that right now, then they'll be like, okay, well, then we're just going to replace you right now. Maybe wait.
Maybe hold off on that.
Yeah. Just like take all of that into account whenever you're going to go turn in your 2 weeks notice or 6 weeks notice or whatever you're going to do. Like whatever the environment is.
Yeah.
Adjust accordingly.
Yeah. So yes, that was number 2. Number 3, if you are living in New York and you don't already have a storage unit, this is a good time to like think of finding a storage unit. Specifically which the next one is find a subletter. If you are renting a room and you are able to have someone come in and take over your room while you're gone for that like 2 or 3 months, however long you're gone, that is like the best way to go. Move all of your stuff to a storage unit, or at least like your clothes and stuff to clear out space for a subletter. That way you are not still spending a ton of money on your rent, and the paycheck that you're actually making gets to go into your pocket or into your savings account. Yeah. And you're actually making money instead of losing money on the contract.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say there, Laura?
Well, I mean, just also that there's like lots of places that you can find to do that. And like, so on Instagram, there's like one that's has to do with like artist housing or something like that. There's one on Facebook. Like there's all sorts of places that you can find it. And usually
there's tons.
You can find other artists that are doing the same thing. So people are more trustworthy in that way, which I think is nice. Rather than like Joe Schmo off the street, like, I don't know you know, usually you'll like also like know somebody through somebody, which is nice.
Yeah, I was going to say there's also like never really a shortage of actors and dancers leaving for contracts.
Yes.
Especially like longer contracts, like going on a cruise. Those contracts are typically like 8 months. A standard tour contract's about 10 months.
Yeah. And when you're looking at it, like logically, you're spending like what, $1,200 and up on that per month. And then a storage unit is going to be like what, $400, depending on the size that you get. Like that's a huge difference.
Yeah. I mean, you can even find like some pretty good deals for storage units where you're paying less than you're paying like maybe $100 to $200.
That's amazing.
Which is, it's like such a substantial difference. Yeah. But definitely like use your discernment, be safe when looking for a subletter. Or if you are looking to sublet a room, be safe, research. And also like, I guarantee you have at least 3 friends who know someone who is looking for someone to take over their room or for a room to take over. So, yeah. Cool. This next one. So Laura and I were actually just talking about this when we were like before we started recording. It's memorization and familiarization. So if you are sent the script in advance, it's expected that you enter the rehearsal room prepared. Now, that doesn't mean that you're fully off book, but you should be very familiar with the materials, especially if you're sent it like a month in advance and they've given you 4 weeks of rehearsal outside of the room. I typically try my best to get off book with lines really quickly. That way, when I get into the rehearsal room, I guess basically like when you get into the rehearsal room, the faster that you're able to put the script down, the more on your feet you can be. And the blocking gets into your body because you don't have the distraction of looking down at a script. Now, obviously, you're still taking notes and things.
Yes.
But like a couple of days into rehearsal, your notes have been taken. You should know your blocking. And then you also already know your lines. So you don't need to worry about like all the things at once because you've already done the first step.
Yep.
Which is familiarizing yourself with the lines and the roles. Now, what we were discussing was music wise. I like to familiarize myself with my lyrics. Like I learn my lyrics before going into a rehearsal. But if I'm doing an ensemble track, I don't learn the vocal parts because in my experience, I've seen that like a lot of music directors like to change things up based off of like their preference of like the sound that they want, who they want to sing, like what line, and also like the actors that are in the show. Maybe the actress that's playing Dawn doesn't want to sing that high today. I don't know. I don't know why. That's like the only I've never seen a musical before in my life. And that was I really searched my brain in those seconds.
For Dawn.
For Dawn. And that's not even applicable. Like it's not even whatever.
It's fine. But it's also like true, like especially like ensemble wise, like that even if you're covering a role, it's possible that they'll be like, okay, I want you on alto for this song, but I want you on soprano for this song.
Lots of movement.
That happens all of the time. Because I'm a music nerd, like, and by the way, Nadia is very talented musically, just saying, I'm just a nerd. I like to look at both parts that I could potentially be assigned, because for me, then I start to hear harmonies, which is more helpful for me, because whenever I am singing, it's important for me to know what the other people are going to be doing and or what I'm going to be hearing. Ideally, what I'm going to be hearing, because obviously it's rehearsal and it's not going to be perfect. But like when I can hear that in advance, then I know what harmony I'm listening for when I go to sing it, or what melody line I'm listening for. So I kind of start to learn both, because that's how my brain works. But some people work better if they're just learning their part, like, which makes total sense. Yeah. And obviously if you have a solo, like learning that all in its own and starting to play with like what is important to you and like what kind of questions you want to ask, like how much freedom do I have on this? Do you want riffs? Am I allowed to opt up here? Like, so that you can make the most out of that journey. And because your music director is going to know what you can do to an extent, but they're not going to know every facet of you as a vocalist. So it's often important to know what your options are and what you're considering. So that way you can be like, hey, I have all these ideas. What do you like? Because otherwise they're going to be like, do what's on the page, which is fine. And doing what's on the page is great. Yeah. But also if you have dreams and you're like, I didn't get to do my opt up because my music director didn't ask me to. Did you ask? Did you request boo boo? And the answer is usually no.
I am someone who like never, I feel like I'm not going to say I'm not like musically ambitious, but like I don't typically go for like, I want to add an opt up here.
But also this is the girl who like popped off on I Need a Hero and did like a whole thing. Like a whole riff thing. You opted down, but you still didn't opt and it was great.
I didn't prompt that. That was Alex saying, why are you being so timid? Saying, we love you, Alex. Alex saying, why are you being so timid? Nadia, sing the song. Sing it good. Okay, Alex. I'm sorry. He goes, get in there. Okay.
Meanwhile, he was like, go higher. Laura, do you want to go higher? Yeah, higher.
Literally, I was thinking about the opening number the other day, and oh my gosh, you doing like above the, like you were like an octave up, or for been working so hard.
Oh yeah. So basically, what happened is Rusty is supposed to open the whole show, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, to be honest. And so they switched me and Ren, and so Ren opened the show, but then I had to sing Ren's part, but Ren's part is written for a tenor. And I had, and also it was, I believe it was in the key that was on the page, but we also moved Ren's part because it needed to be higher since it wasn't Rusty part. Anyway, I was like belting like, it was high.
It was high.
And every time before I would go, I would just belt that line to make sure it would come out. Yeah. Because literally run on stage, play it, go.
Yeah. So yeah, perfect example of sometimes things change.
Yep. Ooh, so maybe don't have it so memorized that it's like a rock in your brain, you know?
Keep it liquid. Mm-hmm. Don't freeze it. Keep it in the fridge.
Excellent.
I think that was a good one.
That was great. I liked that.
Okay. Packing. Moving on. What and how do I pack? Now, I say go big. I was going to say go big or go home, but like you're literally going big to make wherever you're going your home for the time being. Mm-hmm. That's another good one. Ooh.
You're on a roll.
So pack anything that you'd need for rehearsals. I always pack a full case of like a full case of pencils. A full pencil case with like all my highlighters, my pens, my pencils. I have a notebook or a journal dedicated to that show in particular, which is also like a cool little thing because in the future I'll be able to like look at my bookshelf and pull out my notebook from Once on This Island and look back at like all the things that I wrote down.
Oh, can I add to that?
What?
There was a thing that I thought was brilliant that this person did on the prom. Whenever I did that, Angie had a composition book, like the old school ones that you get for like elementary school, and they had printed every single page of the libretto and cut it down and put and put it on the pages. And so then you take the notes for your blocking in this composition book, and then also any of your character notes or anything that you're thinking about that. And then anytime, if you were ever to do that role again, you just pull out that composition book, because most of the time you have to return your libretto and be like, take it back. And she had like everything from every show that she had ever done, and she could just, I think it's so smart.
I've seen it. It's super cool.
Yeah.
And it's also like, if you're a crafty gal,
There it is.
get in there.
Yep. If that's going to make your heart happy, do that.
Yeah. But basically, like anything that's going to set you up for success and make you feel comfortable. So a blanket from home, a pillow. Don't be afraid to pack your comfort items. You better bet Lammy went with me.
Yes, Lammy did.
I got Lammy at a dance recital when I was 4.
I love you.
And Lammy sure was up in Michigan. What about it? Say something, you know? And then also, a packable hobby, something that will help you pass the time outside of rehearsal. Like, roll up there with my Switch. I like to bring my Kindle everywhere. She's always with me. Something to like keep you busy. Also, we've talked about this in the past, like the importance of like decompression. So like looking ahead at like things you might need. Heating pad. You can bring your own like comforter. Our sweet friend Dee Dee bought like a whole like bedding set.
She's an icon.
Like that's she's an icon. She's a legend, and that's what she needed to feel comfortable in the hotel that we were in.
And I was like, I'm taking notes.
Fully. I was like, I will be great, fantastic. And then like the next section is, how do I pack? You've got options here. I would say if you are driving, you can do whatever you want. Laura drove to Michigan, and I was like, you're iconic. She rolled up there with a whole keyboard and her entire like Mac setup. And I was like, I want to be like you when I grow up.
I basically asked her, I was like, can I drive? And they were like, yeah, we'll give you some money for gas. And I said, done. Because then I can bring anything. Which meant I also brought a crock pot, which was the best choice for Michigan winter. That was like,
I will say her room is always smelling like a great meal.
I'm a foodie.
She also bought your Nespresso.
Yep.
Yeah. Like you can literally bring whatever you want as long as you can get it there and back. And if you can ship it, I've seen people ship like blenders.
Humidifier like you have on here.
We have a friend who shipped her like a vibrating plate.
Like the one you stand on?
The one that you stand on. Torn shipped hers to Michigan.
That's amazing.
I love her. It's iconic. Like, but like you get so used to it because like this is just what you do.
If you're gonna be there somewhere for even a month, that's an entire month. Don't think I can do without it. Go, how can I make myself more comfortable?
Exactly. Like going there to live. Also, I will say, I will be driving to whatever contracts I can in the future. Just because like
car.
Yes. That was like, I was so jealous of Laura because she had her own car and like our company cars were amazing. They're really great. But then like we had to worry about like sharing.
Who's going to fill up the gas?
Yeah. Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
Anything else there? Like,
no, I think that's good.
I've got I have like a whole like little tiny little list of like potential things. So like I said, if you're flying to a regional gig, I recommend shipping stuff However, you don't have to. I packed in one big suitcase and then one big backpack. My rehearsal backpack is massive.
Yes, it is.
And so but I can fit so many things in there. I can fit a foam roller and there again. I can fit so much stuff in there, and I'm always prepared. But I also flew with I have a collapsible tea kettle that I got on tour, which came in super handy. I also have an AeroPress that I got for tour, and so that came to Michigan with me. That was how I made my coffee every morning. I travel with my own silverware, and also some of my own cups and mugs, because community kitchenware really freaks me out. I don't know why. I can't explain it.
I mean, you don't know where it's been, and then you're supposed to eat that.
Yes,
it's
and
valid.
I feel like I can only clean things so much. When I get into a hotel room, another great thing to ship, or to set up delivery for when you get there. I always do an initial grocery and supplies haul when I get to the hotel or to the cast housing.
Yep.
Cleaning supplies, because ain't nobody gonna clean like my mama. Let me just say, and I have OCD, so I need to know that things have been cleaned a specific way. And so I will fully deep clean. I will mop someone's floor because I need to feel comfortable. But also I have a humidifier, and I highly recommend, especially during the winter months. If you're doing a winter contract, you can get a small travel size humidifier, but you bet your bum, I packed my full size humidifier into my suitcase and put it on the airplane.
Yep.
Yeah. That's about it.
Pretty good list.
Those are all the things. Yeah. You booked your contract. Congratulations. We're very proud of you. Yay. And those are just some of the things to think about, what happens next.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm sure there are other things that you should probably do, but I didn't think about those.
I mean, this is good. This is a good starter list, 100% minimum. And then everybody has different things that they need for themselves. So getting medications in advance and thinking about stuff like that.
Sourcing. Oh, that's a good point. Sourcing, look in the area that you'll be in, find your pharmacy, find where your hospital will be. Yep. And those are also things that if you're at a good theater company, they will give you that information when you get there. But if you're someone who likes to know ahead of time, then definitely look into it. But yeah. Yay.
Would you like the quote?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're recording this on Thanksgiving week / the day before.
Yeah, we
and
are.
Also, because when you get a contract, you're going to be thankful, hopefully. If not, talk to me. So our quote of the week is Eckhart Tolle, or Eckhart Tolle, depending on who you are and who you want to fight. I've never met them, so there you go. Acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance, which I really liked, because it's, first off, you're being thankful for everything that you already have going into the contract. And one of the things that I always do now, I didn't do it before, I keep a list of people on my phone. This is going to sound psychotic, but it's a list of people in my reminders, and different people come up every day, and it basically comes up and it's have you talked to this person this week? You're on that list. Because you can get so caught up in the things that you're doing and think that you've talked to somebody or connected with them, and it's been a month, and you don't know what's happening with that person anymore, which is a little upsetting.
Because life just goes on and on and on.
And you have to remember that the things that you have, your relationships, which I think are the things you carry into everything, is the most important, beautiful thing for you to continue to feed into and take care of, even when you're on a crazy contract and everything's going bananas. Yeah. And then you're going to be so thankful for everything that just adds into that. Just saying, it just keeps going. Yeah. So thanks for joining us again.
Yeah. Follow us on Instagram at TMYA Yeah. And also on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can go watch this episode after you've listened to it.
And you get to see all the faces we made, because we made some crazy faces.
Yeah, we always make crazy faces.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, love you guys. Go make good
okay.
art. Be proud of yourselves.
Happy Thanksgiving. We love you guys. Peace.
Bye. This episode of the To My Younger Artist podcast was co-hosted by Nadia Rashawn and Laura Renee Mehl, with music by Laura Renee Mehl. All edits were done by Dustin Ciano. Thank you for listening.